Recording in progress.
Welcome to India and England News. Our guests today are tabla maestro Zakir Hussain, Ramnath, and Jayanthi Kumaresh. All three of them have performed in Boston before. So today we are going to talk to them as a group called Triveni, which
Mm-hmm.
Zakir Sahab does every year. He brings a group. This year, for the first time, these three instrumentalist players are in the team. They are touring across the United States, and also they are going to do a performance in Somerville Theater in Boston on
Mm-hmm.
17th of April. So welcome you all to our show, and thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Upendraji. On behalf of myself and Kalaji and Jayanti ji, I would like to thank you for giving us this opportunity to talk to you and your subscribers on your channel.
Uh,
And thanks to them for dialing in and day out and listening to you. So you mentioned Tabla Maestro Zakir Hussain, and then you mentioned Kalaji and Jayanti ji. It kind of sounded like they were all Tabla Maestros, but
okay, no, so
okay, so I would
let's
like to,
clarify this. Sure,
I would like to clarify that,
sure.
and that is that I am a tabla player, not a maestro. Tabla player, just a student, uh, and um, and one of the finest representative of their art form in our present day and time are these two lovely ladies who are sitting with us, wearing yellow and with the white iPhone headphones sticking out of her ears is Jayanti ji, Jayanthi Kumaresh ji. She is the Vidwan of the veena, one of the ancient instruments of our country, India, found both in South India and in North India in different shape and form, and played therefore in a very different way in both the systems of South and North Indian music. And sitting there, just relaxed in her beautiful chair, is Kalaji, Kala Ramnathji, the foremost North Indian classical violinist. And it is my honor and a special blessing for me and a learning source to be able to sit on stage with these two fabulous performers and play. As far as Triveni is concerned, because this is a trio, we could have called it a trio, and it would have needed no explanation after that. But we thought that calling it Triveni means it will spark a nice conversation as to what is this. As you know, Upendraji, that there are three rivers that meet in this place called Sangam in Allahabad area, and so Ganga, Jamuna, Saraswati. And so we just thought that because we are not, of course, of elevating ourselves into a level of that spiritual understanding of what these goddesses had and provided for all of us to learn from. But the idea was that we, the three rivers, have met, and what has transpired coming out of this meeting is this musical conversation that we are putting forth for the audiences to hear. So that's why calling it Triveni, and also to convey to the people is that it's not a Zakir Hussain band or a Kalaji band or a Jayanti Shi band. It's a collective. It's a unit. It's we working together, hopefully on equal terms as artists, and trying to find our way through our three different traditions to unify and present a statement that speaks of universality and love and harmony in our lives and that which we call our way of life.
Okay. Now, before I come to Kalaji and Jayanti ji, just if you can give us just one quick overview about how many performances you had during this tour in the U.S., how many are done, and what are some of the cities you are visiting in U.S.
Well, first of all, I should also have mentioned that this is the first time we three are playing together as a trio.
Hmm.
I've had the opportunity of individually playing with Kalaji and with Jayanti, but this combo is new and fresh, and so the learning process has begun from the very first concert that we played. So we've done three so far, and we
Hmm.
are today in Phoenix, Arizona, for our fourth concert. And things are evolving, music is evolving, and we are playing. And I think we have about 14 or 15 more to go. And hopefully, by the time we get to Somerville, this would be a humming, totally organized machine.
Yeah, no, we are really looking forward to seeing all of you here in Boston. And Boston is, we have a very big aficionados about classical
Oh,
music,
yes, I love it in Boston, and I
and
come
we
here
have so
just
many
about every
groups,
year.
Mithas and
Yeah,
London Academy of Music, and they really keep us on toes. So again,
great.
looking forward to your concert here. Now,
Thank you.
Kalaji, the question I have for you is, this is the first time this, three of you are performing together, and how has been your experience so far?
Experience has been, I've got to learn so much. I'm learning, and uh, hopefully I will improve for the better. I've got so much to learn from the different systems. Jayanti ji plays Carnatic and I play Hindustani. So I've got to improve on my own, but seeing what she is doing has opened my eyes to that what is happening there and what I can incorporate from there that system into my music. And of course, Zakir Bhai is there, so yes, it's a blessing.
Excellent. So now, Jayanti, the question for you is, now before the performance, do you three of you practice together before, or just go on the stage and you have an idea what you are going to play?
So, Kalaji and myself, for a few months now, we've been actually catching up, getting to know each other as people first, so we can make music together. So, as people, we've really become very close thanks to our uh, Zakir Bhai and our guiding spirit. And then we came across the rags that we could play together, and we've been doing. And every time we load Zakir Bhai with a whole lot of mails, can we do this? Can we not do this? And then we get the guidance from him, and we make our pathway in a way that all the systems come across nicely with a good representation from every genre or every type, every thought of music.
Okay. Now, again, my question is to both Kalaji and Jayanti ji, both that, what has been you have performed in India many concerts and places there, and also you perform in the US. So tell us a little bit difference in the audience, in the US and as well as in India. Do you see any difference, or is the same audience, similar experience?
Kalaji, you will start.
Okay, I was waiting for Jayanti ji. Um, I would say audience I mean, there's I don't think there's much of difference, except that probably in India they would instantly say "wow" and this and that, and since we're sitting quite far away from the audience,
Mm-hmm.
so we probably cannot hear their expression or something, but the applause and the way they like it, I think, is the same wherever we are, whether we play in India or here. If it's good music, I think everybody likes it.
Jayanti ji.
Okay, yes. Jayanti.
Absolutely, she nailed it in the last sentence when she said, if it's good music, basically it's a sonic experience. So wherever they are on the globe, I think man reacts to good sound and something that they can resonate with. So I don't think we really need to differentiate between if it's in India or any other country.
Yeah, I would also like to add that people all over the world have now been listening to Indian classical music for many decades, and the senior people from people who were 40 years ago young now have their young ones who they have educated in what Indian music may have been. So generation-wise, the music has filtered down from father to families and so on. So all over the world, there is a general understanding of what Indian classical music may be, north or south. Special thanks has to be given to the great maestros who first made inroads outside of India, and made it possible for us to do what we do now. People like Ustad Ali Akbar Khan Sahab or Pandit Ravi Shankar, Ustad Vilayat Khan Sahab, and the great Bala Chandra ji, and Ramani ji, and Bala Saraswati ji, and Lal Gudi ji, and T.N. Krishnan ji. I mean, the list is endless. So all these great musicians, including Bhim Sen ji, Pandit Jasraj ji, and so on, traveled all over the world, played first to very small audiences, and eventually built their followers and fans to a point where we, the young ones, like Kalaji and Jayanthi and myself, we are able to, without much hard work, have a lot of audiences come in and listen to us, and we find that we don't really necessarily have to explain to them what the music is, because it seems like they arrive with us with a basic idea of what it is that we are going to present. And of course, YouTube has helped. They can Google us and listen to our music before they come to the concert hall, so they are well informed in that manner. So we, in that sense, when Kalaji said that the applause is the same here as it is in India, I think this may be an in-depth explanation of how this has all come to pass. And so, a special pranam to all those who have gone before us and have paved the way for us to be able to do what we do with the comfort that we now receive.
Now, actually, that was going to be my next question, that how the technology is changing the listening experience as well as the production, the performance of the music. And this question is to all three of you, because all three of you play different instruments. So how you think that technology is enhancing or creating a better performance or better listening experience? How the technology is changing the music industry?
Well, one of the techies in our group is Kalaji. She teaches me everything about what to do on computer or on the iPhones or everything. So let her begin with this.
Okay.
I mean, I would say from what it was earlier, now we have good. First of all, to start with, microphones have become very good for, at least for me, for the violin. I have a special microphone which I use, and we can record the concert very well. They're good technology to record the concert, whether it be video or audio, and we can stream it live also, with good technology. And I think during the pandemic, I could stay here and somebody could stay in some other place and we could still perform, stream it online. All this has come up, it's all increased. So I think technology, and you have YouTube, so everybody is able to know what we play, everybody is able to learn about us through the internet.
Sure.
Yes.
Jayanthi, what about you, Jayanthi ji?
Starting from how a student learns from a teacher, technology has really gone leaps and bounds in the last 2 years. And as performers, we all had to adapt ourselves to technology in the last 2 years. We learned so many new things in terms of production of music in the last 2 years, especially. And for listeners, in the comfort of their homes, they could listen to so many great concerts happening. And in terms of quality of sound, I think technology has helped us evolve our sound and make it sound even better right now. So technology is always a two-edged knife. We use it and we should know when to use it.
Okay. Zakir, your take. Yes.
I totally agree with that. The sound systems have improved. The microphone uses have improved. The knowledge that the musicians have now acquired in terms of how to utilize the microphone, what to ask for in terms of projection of their sound to the audiences, and therefore be able to play in the manner that allows them to be able to dynamically project their instrument and their music. And what I mean by that, from the very soft tones to the loud, vigorous sounds, all those have to be projected well. In the old days, it was kind of difficult to be able to hear the soft tones and the subtle nuances But now, because of the technology that has been possible, yes, in the last few years, we've all been working on the internet, on Zoom or on TeamViewer or audio movers, using softwares to be able to not only perform with musicians in different cities and different countries, but also to be able to make records, to create
Mhm.
music. And I myself have in the last 2 years been part of 3 different CD projects, and 2 of them have already been released. Third was is in the process. So and I have not sat in the same room with the musicians that I created the music with. So this technology has helped. You and I are talking. It would have been so difficult for us to organize a last minute interview after arriving in Boston
Sure.
and do it in person. But now here we are, we can do this, and it can go out, and the people can be reached in large numbers without having to acquire a quarter page ad in times of New York Times or Boston Herald or
Sure.
whatever. And so this is really a collective improvement of the support system that helps us to be able to what should I say, PR that
Mhm.
which we represent, and it has helped immensely our music, our presentation, our projection, our ability to reach people in large numbers instantly, and so thanks to whoever came up with this technology. I mean, I would give that person a free ticket to my concert.
Sure, absolutely. Great idea. Now, also I have to ask you because, especially, if when you come to the Boston market, also, I think a lot of people who attend these concerts, they're also students of music. I see a lot of enthusiasm from of all ages. People are learning music. So again, I will ask you, all three of you, if you have to give one good tip how to learn your particular instrument you play with, what will be the one good technique how to practice that?
Oh my God, that's a tough one. Come on, Jayanthi ji, you begin.
I can't think of one single tip like that.
Or let's go to two then. Let's go to two.
Two
Some
tips.
sort of an insight that if I really want to learn, what should I be doing? How should I
Just
start?
listen
Yes.
to your guru. Just follow your guru. Listen to your guru.
Hmm.
I have to say something about that. First of all, um, it is not necessary for you to go to the guru to first start learning. I mean, we all feel, oh, I want to start learning tabla, so I want to go to study with Sapan Chaudhary ji or Anindo Chatterjee ji or Zakir Hussain sahab, simply because those are the names that are famous.
Hmm.
Not necessary. Not necessary at all. Somewhere in your neighborhood, in your city, there's going to be somebody who can start you off on the
Hmm.
basics. That's important. You got to do that. When you get to great maestros, they are so busy performing and so many students that they do not have time to start you from letter A. You've got to get to a point where you, as a student, will inspire the teacher to teach you,
Excellent.
whoever that
Kalaji,
final teacher may be.
sure. Kalaji, what
Kalaji.
about you? What is your take?
I will say second whatever Zakir Bhai said, and I think before you even learn, you should first you should love the instrument that you want to learn. You know, you
Excellent.
should you should
Now,
be clear that
as we
this is
come
what I want.
towards the end of the interview, I have just two questions. One is going to be a surprise for everybody,
Oh yeah.
and the first one is easy one is that what will be your message, each one of you, to the audience in Boston who is keenly awaiting for your performance here in Boston?
Well,
Kalaji, we can start with you, or
start
Zakir
with
sir.
Kalaji. Ladies first.
Yes.
I would just say, come with no preconceived notions. Come and just enjoy the music.
Jayanti ji?
Jayanti ji.
I totally second what she says.
Okay,
Should I
Zakir
say
sir, you have to say
unanimous?
something new, something different.
Well, something different. Well, you have to, I mean, echoing what the ladies have said about no preconceived notions, but also no, what should I say, preconceived, uh, I would say, walls,
Mhm.
firewalls built. I mean, some of you will arrive with the idea that, oh, I know what North Indian classical music is. So I'm not only arriving as a listener, but as a critic as well. No reason to do that. Um, Also, look at what we are projecting. We are projecting an idea of unity, projecting an idea of universality, projecting an idea of what India is all about, which is um, many shades of beautiful rainbow colors all combining into one beautiful picture, one beautiful vision. It's like Indian classical music is like a big symphony orchestra, which when 100 musicians come together and they play together, and this one beautiful tune emerges. So when you keep that in mind, you know that it doesn't matter whether it's South Indian music or North Indian music, or me playing tabla in a Latin jazz percussion manner, or a hip hop or rock or whatever. But what's coming together is a very beautiful, positive, uh, uh, energized statement that harks to what how we should all be living together on this beautiful great planet of ours, and to be able to help preserve it, and to be able to uh, uh, you know, sow the seeds of love and harmony amongst all of us.
Excellent. Now the final question, Kalaji, if you are not playing a violin, what will be other your favorite instrument?
Ooh.
I would just play the violin.
Just only violin? Sure.
Yeah, I'm happy.
Okay. Jayanthi, the same question for you. If it was not veena, what you'll be playing? What will be your fun instrument?
I don't see why I wouldn't play the veena.
Ah.
Uh,
It's the same for me too. I mean, look, since I was, since I ever, since I can remember, I was 3 years old or 4 years old, whatever it is. I have been with this instrument, tabla, and the love and affection from both sides, from the spirit inside the tabla and for me, has in no way uh, waned. It has grown. It has grown by leaps and bounds. I used to see my father when he was 70 odd years old, and he would sit down to play tabla on the stage, and he'd be very serious when he got on stage, and he'd tune it. And when he started playing, this incredible smile would appear on his face, and the cares would go away, and suddenly he'd be 25, 30 years younger on
mm,
stage, and you could see that he was with somebody with whom his love and connection in that sense uh, has no boundaries, and just to watch that, I used to hope that someday when I get to his age, which I have, that I would have that same kind of relationship with my instrument. And I am relieved and happy and blessed that that relationship is there and has grown. And I do not ever find myself thinking that I should be playing something else. But having said that, we all have ability to do other things. Like Kalaji sings, Jayanti ji can sing. I can play other percussion instruments, and and dabble a little bit on the piano or something when we are composing music. So we all do little different things, but when it comes to this special connection with Goddess Saraswati or Lord Ganesha or Krishna's Venu or whatever, uh, that special connection is with the spirit of the instrument that we have our umbilical cords attached to since our births.
Excellent. I think thank you very much. I really enjoyed talking with you, and we are looking forward to seeing you in Boston on 17th of April.
Yes,
Thank you so much for your time.
and thanks to you and for making the time, and to your audience for watching this, and hope to see you all there in Somerville Theater.
Excellent. Thank you so much. Bye.
Thank
Bye.
you. Bye.
Bye.